Hello, friends. A very good evening to all of you. And in this live session, we are going to talk about this very burning problem with most of the entrepreneurs, especially SMEs and MSMEs. They keep on asking these questions to themselves: when will my telecalling team start performing? Now, if you also are answering or rather asking this question to yourself, when will my telecalling team start performing? You must stay with me till the end of this live session, because in today's session we're going to talk about how and when to make a telecalling team work for you. All right, very good, interesting. When you are when you have decided to have your own internal telecalling setup, it's important for you to understand as to what is the objective. What do you want your telecalling team to do? Do you want them to generate new leads for you? Or do you want them to attend to incoming complaints? Or do you want them to make routine calls to the customers to seek their feedback? What is the objective of a telecalling team? And you could actually have a telecalling team with some people dedicated for inbound calling and some people dedicated for outbound calling. Even within inbound calling, you can have people to handle complaints, people to handle feedbacks. For outbound calling, you can have a set of people looking at lead generation. You can have a set of people looking at lead farming, lead nurturing, and you can also have a set of people looking at lead closures. Now, having said that, so point number one, is your objective clear? If yes, write it down for yourself. Now, once telecalling has started, it's important to know that in a telecall, the personality of the person is judged by the quality of the voice. Because you're not visible, your tie, your suit, your dress, your face, your personality is not visible. Everything is judged through the voice. So the first lot of training that you have to give to your telecalling team is on voice quality. Now this includes voice clarity, voice throw, and voice modulation. So voice clarity, voice throw, and voice modulation. Organized training for your teams on these three aspects of voice. If you have done that, you have been able to circumvent the first challenge, which is the voice quality of a telecall. It is very much a trainable skill, and I'm sure if you have the right trainer to do this for you, they will be able to achieve it very fast. Now let's move to the challenge number two. And the challenge number two is quality of sales pitch. Now, this is very important. I have seen so many entrepreneurs, they just employ two, three telecallers. Four guys for 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 each. They explain their product to these telecallers in a jiffy and then put them on a telecalling desk, expecting them to perform miracles for them. It doesn't happen like that, right? You have to consciously curate a sales pitch. So if your objective is lead generation, then your sales pitch should hover around a lead magnet, isn't it? Because if you do not have a lead magnet, how does your telecaller attract the lead? If you feel like laughing at yourself for such a silly mistake that you have done, you deserve it. Please laugh at yourself. You have to curate a sales pitch for yourself. And the sales pitch, in a simple sentence, should very squarely address the objective of the telecaller. For example, if the objective is to generate new leads, then what will attract the new lead for your product has to be framed in the form of a lead magnet, and that has to be curated in the form of a sales pitch. For example, if I am calling a database of professional doctors, and if I am from a real estate background trying to do telecalling, then what is the magnet in my pitch? Well, I'm trying to tell to the doctor that, hey, you can park all your cash with me in the form of a land bank. Fantastic. Now my pitch is that, hello, sir, would you be interested to have a safe place to park all your liquid cash in a way that it even appreciates with time? Now, do you understand the quality of sales pitch? It should address a pain, risk, need, or challenge of your target market. And it should be very crisp. It should be a single sentence, not more than 7 to 10 words. This surely has to be curated, isn't it? You cannot imagine that your telecaller worth 15, 20, 25,000 rupees is able to curate his or her own sales pitch. It's harakiri, isn't it? Well, so your challenge number 2 is to curate a sales pitch for yourself. And I would advise you that when you curate a sales pitch, you should always sit on the telecalling machine yourself and try that sales pitch with 10, 15, 20 people. I'm sure as an entrepreneur, you will know that your sales pitch is good or bad. Okay, very nice. Now coming to challenge number 3. What is the quality of objection handling on telephone? Now, your telecaller makes a call. They bang themselves against a good prospect. Now the good prospect starts asking them questions. And if your telecaller is not trained to handle the questions, what will happen? You will lose a wonderful opportunity, isn't it? All the investment that you have made on your telecalling will go down the drain, isn't it? I know many of you who say that, sir, एक बार कॉल करने तो दीजिए, एक बार अच्छे prospects आने तो दीजिए. अरे भैया prospects बता के थोड़ी आएगा. खुदा न खास्ता you get a good prospect and your telecaller is not trained to handle those objections, to handle those questions. You have wasted your opportunity, isn't it? Don't make that mistake. Challenge number 3, quality of objection handling. And to be able to train your telecallers on quality of objection handling, you have to prepare a frequently asked questions, and that frequently asked questions has to be documented and given to your telecaller so that they know how they're going to answer all the incoming questions. Okay, fantastic. Now, coming to the next challenge, which is effective use of lead magnet. Now, as a trainer, I can tell you, as a sales consultant, I can tell you that most of the telecalling team that I address for training, I find that very few, I think not more than 2% of them have got the right kind of lead magnets for themselves. And if you don't have the lead magnet, you're not going to attract the lead. If you're not going to attract the lead, then what is the use of telecalling? Isn't it? What is the lead magnet? If you don't know what is the lead magnet, send a message to me. I'll send you a video on what is the lead magnet. If you don't know how to make a good lead magnet, send a message to me and I will help you create good lead magnets. But in today's live session, you must understand that it is important for all of your telecallers to have great lead magnets for themselves so that when they are pitching your telecall, they pitch them with the right kind of lead magnet, a communication that attracts lead towards your telecaller. Okay. Now, once that is the case, the challenge number 5 is use value bombs to deliver value. Now, this is the next step. Once you have kind of created a lead, the lead starts asking you questions, and those questions do not get impressed if you are not able to communicate value in your telecom. So it's important for you to understand how to create or how to communicate value to your prospects. Now, let me give you some example of how to create value for your prospects. Now, I am a sales trainer. I normally tell to my customers that, do you know the cost of maintaining a sales team which is not trained? And do you know the advantage of having a sales team that is trained? Now that's the value, isn't it? You have a sales team of 5 people, which is trained into selling. And if each one starts earning 1 lakh for you every month, the cost of trading your sales team, or rather the advantage of selling your sales team, is 5 lakh rupees a month. And if you're giving them a salary of only 20,000 rupees and total salary of 1 lakh rupees in a month, the cost or the opportunity loss of not training your sales team is 5 lakhs plus 1 lakh that you're spending, 6 lakhs you're spending on a month. That's my value statement. Does your telecaller know how to give a value statement to your prospects on the telecall? If no, it will not work, my friend. So empower your telecalling team on how to use value bombs to deliver value. Now, this means that the poor telecaller cannot do anything unless you give your telecallers a telecalling kit. And what should be there in the telecalling kit? You have a script, that is a telecalling script. You have lead magnets. You have FAQ, frequently asked questions. You have value bombs. Now, this is the bare minimum. Bare minimum. You need this much minimum for your telecaller to start getting on their work. Telecalling script as to how they should greet, how they should seek permission, and how they should pitch, and after that, how they should handle their objections. What is a lead magnet? What is FAQ? And value bombs. Now, if you know how to do all this, you have arrived, you are eligible to have your telecalling team. Now, once you have your telecalling team in place, there is an MIS, right? And the most important MIS to manage your sales team is what is the point at which the call is dropping. So when a telecaller makes a telephone call, at what point of their call is the customer refusing to talk to you? Is he refusing to talk to you the moment you have started your greeting? Or does he refuse to talk to you the moment you have asked for permission to talk? Or does he refuse to talk to you the moment you have given your sales pitch? Or does he refuse to talk to you the moment he finds your answers to his questions unsatisfactory? Or does he refuse you when you ask for an appointment? What is the duration of the call at point of the call at which the call drops? If you have an MIS around this, you will be able to analyze as to where exactly your telecalling team is not doing well. And that's an important input to your telecalling trainer, because when you give this input, he is able to curate a telecalling training which is impactful, which is effective, and which is useful. So, friends, all those of you who have taken out your precious time to join me in this live session, please go to the comment box and tell me as to, is this the right time to conduct a live session? I mean, would you like me to come on this LinkedIn Live at this time, 5 p.m. every day? If yes, write it on the comment box so that I know that you are interested in 5 p.m. Or alternatively, any other time, you can communicate that to me. If any one of you has any question from today's live session, feel free to ask me the question. I'm just putting my thing in the chat box and checking it out if you have any question, so that I could be answering them for you. Thank you very much, Neeraj. I've got your yes. Anyone else in this today's live session, if you want me to address any specific question around today's program, feel free to drop in your question. I'm putting my email ID also for you, so that if you want to ask me any question on this topic, you can also email that to me. All right, wonderful. These live sessions are for 15 minutes. I'm towards the end of my 15th minute today. For all those of you who have taken out your time to come and join me today, I hope that we are able to answer this question: when will my telecalling team start performing? So I hope these 5 challenges that I explained to you in today's live session will help you in curating a training program for your telecalling team, which is useful and impactful. Thank you very much, and keep me following on this line, and so that you get automatic notifications of my next live sessions. For the moment, feel proud of the fact that you chose sales as your career, because there is no profession in this world which can give you name, fame, and money at a speed at which the profession of sales can reward you. Help me connect to all salespeople known to you, because I'm on a mission to empower 1 million salespersons with the science of selling before 2025. Thank you very much, and have a very pleasant evening. Bye bye.